Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for December 19th of 2024 is titled Messier 2. So what do we see here? Well, here we see the second object in Charles Messier's catalog from the 1700s. And that was a catalog of objects that were not stars. So we saw stars and we saw other objects in the sky at the time. And they include all sorts of different things. For example, the Crab Nebula, a supernova remnant, is one of the Messier objects, as is the Andromeda Galaxy, another galaxy itself. We also see things like star clusters as we see today, and other types of nebulae such as planetary nebulae, and just star forming regions such as the Orion Nebula. So the whole Messier catalog is really just those objects that were seen that were not individual stars, but were also known to be not comets, because people searching for comets then had a catalog to refer to be sure that this object was already known. Now, a globular cluster is among the oldest parts of our galaxy. They are some of the oldest, going back over 10 billion years. So they are some of the very earliest points there, and show us a little bit about the early history of our galaxy. When we look at the globular clusters, they are centered in roughly a sphere around the galaxy. So while the galaxy itself is flattened into a disk, the globular clusters relate to a much older time when perhaps our galaxy was more spherical and was much larger, perhaps dating back to its origins many billions of years ago as it was forming. So there would have been a large cloud of gas and dust. And some of the first things to form may have been these globular clusters, which then remained in the orbits they had as the remaining gas and dust collapsed down into a disk. So that's one of the things, because we can see the distribution of globular clusters is spherical around the center of the galaxy. And that tells us a little bit about the earlier history. And that's because these are older clusters and they last for a long time. They are bound together. There are enough stars and enough mass here that the stars do not escape. Now that differentiates it from an open cluster. We also have open clusters of stars, but they don't last as long. They slowly dissipate out into space, and over hundreds of millions or a billion years, they're gone. They no longer exist. They simply are not massive enough to hold the stars together. And our sun may have been one part of an open cluster at some point in the past, and the stars have since dissipated outward, being just part of the general stellar populations of our galaxy. So here we see one of those early remnants of the galaxy, a globular cluster known as Messier 2. So that was our picture of the day for December 19th of 2024. It was titled Messier 2. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be the last full moon. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.